there, and welcome to Growing with Grace. For those of you that have visited previously and are returning, welcome back. Those of you that are new, glad to have you visiting. This channel, we talk about the challenges of growing with Grace. Grace is the name of our daughter, which is due within the next 4 weeks or so. And we wanted to create a channel that would kind of document the experiences and joy that goes with raising a little girl. Today's episode, I'm going to unbox her pack and play bassinet that she'll be using for the next year or so. If you like content like this or want to follow our journey, I encourage you to please hit the subscribe button. Ring the bell, you'll be notified when other videos are posted. And if you really like it, give it a thumbs up. It'll share it with other people and they can connect with us and join us along this journey. Without further ado, let's get into it. Here's the pack and play Playard bassinet that we elected to get for Grace. And it is from Graco. We just thought that in all the ones that we looked at, Graco was the longest lasting, I could say. My mom gave us one that is just the pack and play part, just the Playard, and that thing is practically brand new, but it's close to 15 years old or so. We wanted this one because, as you can see here, it has a bassinet, changing table, and then the Playard, and so that's really why we got this particular one. And like I mentioned, it's the Day2Dream Bassinet Playard. So let's get it out of the package. Not missing anything in here. All right, so it looks like we've got the actual little bassinet part. I think these are part of that. We'll get to more as we get it put together. Has a little utility shelf for storing items. Here's the actual bassinet part for the pack and play. Here's the other part for the bassinet. And Here's the pack and play. We kind of liked it has the extra wheels so that we can wheel it around if we want. Hello and welcome to our family. We'll get started. Let me move some of this out of the way. And of course, the easiest part is this guy right here. There are those parts that it was talking about, the changer parts. There's a travel bag. And this is the challenge I find with most of these. And then we just pop up the edges. Let's get to the other. Well, this is a little frustrating. All right. Can only get one of these sides to snap up. Gonna do that first. All right, so first lesson learned, do the side bars before pushing down the bottom. What else do we have in here? All right, well, I would like to say that's the easiest part. Okay, and then we have the travel bag and the mattress. Okay, so let's and in fact, if one would read the instructions, it says pull up on side rails in middle until all four sides are locked. Do not push center down yet. So I guess it helps to read. And it even repeats. When setting up, lock rails before lowering center. So there you have it. Go ahead and take this up. Right, so the longer section, you can see there's longer and shorter pieces. Right, so it has these rails here to give it some support. And this is probably the initial stage that we'll have it in. All right, let's get the bassinet put together. I'll actually use this part up here. As I mentioned, it has changing station as well. And we have the bassinet. We'll start with Alright, so it specifically says to assemble these guys up here first. It has a little click. It clicks kind of into that hole. If you have to separate it, you have to use a small thing to press the button and get it apart, but you shouldn't have to take it apart anymore once you get it together. And then we have the base that we're going to put together. And it has rubber parts that it'll sit on, so these will point down away from the handle. Once again, it has spring-loaded pegs here to lock into. Well, come on. There we go. Since it's curved the way it is, it's key to get them lined up when you put them in there. So there's the supporting base. All right. And then in here, there's a snap. And then you have access to these. Not sure you can see it real well, but there's snaps here, which then you get access to these bars. And it's the same on both sides. So we'll go ahead and unsnap them. So what I do here is do this side over here, get both the bars in here, and then just like that, and then we're gonna do the same thing with the bars on this side. Get them lined in there. Bring it up. And make sure they're all in there. And then snap it back in place. Let's go back and get this one. There we go. It has some Velcro here to hold the top up. And this was the key reason why we wanted to get something like this, is because it has this capability, right? It can be carried and then put it up here just so it's easier to see. And right on the side here, lift up. And there you go. And so now if we have it down here, it's at a much more manageable height for the baby, for Grace. Now they do not recommend that when you're at the full height, having it inside the pack and play. So the recommendation is not to be any higher than the second level to have it in here. Boy, you put it all the way to the bottom. And there you have the bassinet. So the final piece to put together, the final piece is the changing area, which is right here. And that's where these pieces come in. So and it says that the two pieces with these rail clips connect together. And it has that little spring-loaded pin, and then oh, well, it says, if I read this, flip changer over so the changer is facing down, slide assembled changer rails with kickstand into the fabric as shown. All right, so let's back it up, because, all right, so these are gonna go facing, I guess, down if you think of the bottom, and then I inserted it through the first opening to where it was just on the side, but it actually recommends that you go well, it's not very clear here. So here's the difference I'm looking at. There's a large opening here, and there's a small opening here. So, which one we insert it in? It looks like we insert it into the large opening. Such, and then these pieces will be tucked in like that, and then we have the other piece here, and they will go in the same orientation. Before I get ahead of myself, let's make sure we're so we put these two together. All right, little spring peg there, and then it goes into the other opening like such, and back it up a little bit because we need to Make sure it goes inside this here, because these are going to go together. All right, and then the two bars get inserted with the first one that we put in. Let's get this situated here. Got the same little pins here. All right. Okay. So that gives us this. All right, and then get the little supports here. So the idea is you're going to go here. And there's a little notch right here that is going to line up with a little pin that's there, like such. And then the same thing, there's a pin, oh, well, there's a guide. So there's this guide here that lines up with a groove there. You push in the pins. There you go. There's your changing table. And if you want to take it off, it's just pressing in there on both sides. Slide it up, and there you got it. So the key reason that we got this particular setup, pack and play, Playard, bassinet, is because one, it could be removed. Now there were other ones that even Graco has that I think we saw 3 of them that could be removed. One, you could not adjust the height of the bassinet. So it sat in here, you took it out and you were going to put it somewhere else, it was always the same height, close to the floor. And so the other 2 you could raise up. One of them, in order to raise it up, you had to tilt it, adjust these 2 legs, and then tilt it and adjust these 2 legs. And in order to do that, you have to take out baby and put baby somewhere else to raise the bassinet. This one, you're able to leave baby in there, so we'll be able to leave Grace in there, and then you can just slide it up without having to find a place for baby while you do it. And as I mentioned before, at this height, you do not want to be placing the bassinet inside the pack and play. You want to make sure that it's at the second level or lower. And you know, if baby's sleeping and we want to move it to the play yard, it's just very simple. Lift up there. You're at the mid height, and then you're at the bottom height. So you have 3 different levels that you can raise the bassinet to, and then into the play yard. And so you have baby right there. So that's the Pack and Play Day2Dream Bassinet from Graco. All right, so I've removed the bassinet. Thought I'd show you how easy it comes apart. So as I mentioned, this is just clips here. You can unclip it. For the changing table, there's these pins here on the edge, and then press up, out it comes. Take out the mattress. And now let's see, I don't, it doesn't mention, so we'll find, I believe that then we gonna take these parts and and it comes with the travel case here. Oh, guess we should look for the handle. So it has a handle right here, so you kind of want they had it in the wrong way. So the opening here needs to be on the same side as your strap. You can carry it just like this. Okay, now with that being said, I think they're, for us, or for the initial usage of it, when Grace is small, you're kind of wanting this bassinet part instead of having to reach all the way down and put her at the bottom. But she can go to the bottom, no problem. But it would be nice if there was a way to pack that into this as well. So if you have an idea, if you've got one of these and have used it with your baby, make a comment down below. How do you deal with wanting to bring this when you're traveling with this? And how do you overcome it? So once again, thanks for joining us here at Growing with Grace. And if you liked what you saw, I hope to do more unboxing and kind of reviews of products as we get them for Grace. And join us on the journey. I think it's going to be a fun one. Kids are always interesting and you never know what's going to happen. So join us for this journey and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and if you really liked it, give it a thumbs up so other people wanting to look at Graco pack and plays or what they want to purchase. I know we looked at a few on other channels to try to get an idea of and narrow down what we wanted. So that way the YouTube algorithm will share it with others. So once again, thanks for joining us, and until next time, take care.